Sure, no pressure.
No pressure.
All right. Well, I'm so happy to be here, and I love how it's snowing outside and we get to stay home in our PJs. But my title on my workshop is You Have Something to Share with the World. And I'm just going to move this box over here. Okay. Yay. Um, And I think I love this workshop. I've done it several times. I just think it's so important because I think all of us have something to share with the world. I think all of us are important and I think we all have something special. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a multi-published award-winning author. I've been traditionally published and non-traditionally published. And I love being self-published. I actually like it more than being traditionally. My husband came in just to check I'm doing okay. Thank you. And I'm also an artist who loves to paint with a splash of color and magic. And uh, the Utah Art Alliance named me the Connect winner last year. 2023, and I won $1,000. So that was kind of exciting. And I started painting just about 5 years ago. My mother made me, more about her later, but yeah, because mainly of her shopping addiction. So, and if you're interested in my art, I sell at the Art Cottage at Gardner Village. So the I really want this to be a fun, interactive workshop. I want really a lot of participation, and so I'm going to explain kind of how I use it in my writing and art, and then I want it to be a lot of like fun and interaction. But this is what I believe. I believe all of our lives are significant. We're all unique and interesting. No one experiences the world the way we do. No one can paint or write our stories except us, and we all have something to share with the world. I did this writing exercise once with a class, and the teacher gave us the characters and the story plot and everything, and we all wrote for about 15 minutes, and we came up with completely different stories. One was about an alien, one was a horror, one was they fell in love, and so I really think that. And then here are my examples of my own writing. Before I get started, I think a lot of new writers especially think, oh, I have to be an FBI agent or travel the entire globe. I don't have anything interesting to say, but this workshop will help you dig into yourself and find out you really have everything inside of you. So this is my cute little book, Pink and More Pink. It's a romance, and on the other side is my daughter and our adorable dog, Glitter. He's a male, but Savannah named him. The heroine in Pink and More Pink, she is a beauty consultant, and I've been selling Avon for about 15 years. Haley has a daughter, I have a daughter, and Haley has a zany American Eskimo dog who loves to cause trouble, and I got inspired by glitter. I totally got inspired by glitter. And Nick is just like my grumpy computer geek husband, but very handsome. Um and Nick is brought in by his company from California, and he doesn't want to be in the freezing desert. And he misses the ocean, but the more he's around Haley and his crew, the more he realizes how beautiful Salt Lake City is. My next example is from my young adult book, Magic Within. I am not a witch. Well, some people might disagree with me, but I am not a witch. And I have never flown across the sky or turned anyone into the toad, although sometimes I wish I could. This is my daughter and me at Gardner Village, but I could totally relate to my character Nancy because a lot of times I have not embraced who I was. I have felt different and alone in life, and I haven't realized that I am special too, and I have special qualities to contribute to the world. And I'm also like Nancy because I'm fiercely loyal, and I would do anything for the people I love. And Nancy has to save her best friend from the werewolf curse. And so, and even though I have not chanted a magic spell, I definitely believe in magic. This is my young adult novel, Can You See Me? And I used a lot of myself in this too. Um, Even though I'm not dead, like Ash the ghost, Sometimes I don't think my life turned out the way I wanted. She died at 18, and definitely her life didn't turn out the way she wanted it. Ash is going through a really hard time. Her parents are getting a divorce, and I kind of felt that way when both my parents died last year. Like I had no control over it. Sometimes bad things happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. So this was a hard book for me to write. It's very emotional, but there's a lot of me in it. Um, Plus, there's danger, and I think all of us have been truly terrified at one point in our lives. Maybe we're terrified of losing a loved ones. Maybe we were in a fatal car accident. Oh, well, not fatal because you didn't die, but maybe you were in a, sorry, I'm nervous, but I'll take a deep breath. And and this is one of my favorite novels, A Kiss for Kate. That's my mother, Sweetie. We called her Sweetie. And Kate has a grandma, a lot like my mother. My mother loved thrift shopping, and she had strong opinions, and she loved meddling my life, just like Kate does, Kate grandma. And it features a dog because whoever said a girl's best friend is a dog is Diamonds never had a dog. And with my artwork, this is the lion I painted. I've never been to Africa, but my daughter Savannah and I love to go to the zoo. Um, and I got inspired when my family went to Hawaii for my 30th anniversary. I started painting dolphins and sea turtles and even a giant whale. And and I love scary movies. And I love horror movies and I love magic, so a lot of my art has elements of what I love. Okay, enough about me and my examples. I want it to be interactive. I'm hoping for a lot of participation. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. And Walt Disney said that. So I hope you guys have a piece of paper and a pen. I want you to take the next couple of minutes to write down 5 unique things about yourself. And then I'm hoping after you write it down, if you wouldn't mind sharing them. Okay, about 1 more minute. Okay. Um, so if you don't mind, um, can someone share some of their unique things about themselves?
I'll share. I don't really, I was like having kind of trouble, like, I don't know. Because sometimes for me, I'm like, is this the weird thing? Because I'm a very weird person. So probably everything I do is
Unique.
unfortunately unique. Uh, I was like, well, I love eating. Like, I know everyone loves eating because it's a survival thing, but oh my God, I like recently, I don't know, I'm like I get like obsessed with foods right now. I'm like obsessed with avocado and rice and sriracha sauce and like other things added in, but like that's the base. And anyway, I like want to write an ode to my rice sriracha. Yeah, it sounds so delicious. It makes my mouth water thinking about it. And I'm also like really OCD about my writing. So those are two weird things about me, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
That's cool, Liz, because actually not everyone likes to eat. A lot of people at Russ's work, they are on these strict diets. They just eat to survive. And so
Yeah.
not everyone enjoys food. And you could actually write a romance about a chef or food critic or something like take your love for food. And I appreciate your sharing. Would
Yeah,
anyone else like to share?
I can. Mine kind of relates to romance too. One of my big things is I'm actually living a real life second chance romance,
Oh,
which is fun. I got back together with my high school sweetheart after 20 years.
wow.
Yeah. So, and then came into being a military spouse and that too, which is a um unique thing too. So those are two of my things.
Those are perfect. There's a lot of military romance, so that would be, and second chances. Would anyone else like to share? I really don't want to be talking the whole time.
I can.
Cool, thanks, Stephanie.
Okay, so I have a big family. I think we're in the hundreds now.
Wow.
Um yeah, we like to adopt a lot in our family as well, so that's kind of cool. Uh, I love hiking temp. I think that's weird, but I like it. I do it with my niece. Um I enjoy bubble baths, but I don't have a bathtub. I guess that's unique to not have a bathtub. um I can make huge snowballs, the kind that reach your shoulder. And I'm only
Wow.
thinking about that because I'm looking outside and it's like snowing really hard. So I'm like, oh, I can go over do that. and then the fifth, I love writing music, even though I only play chords on the guitar. But I enjoy it.
That's so cool. You could write like I know I'm going to focus a lot on romance, but you could have a Western singer, you could have a songwriter. Yeah, I love
Oh yeah.
that.
And I
And
totally do that.
a really
Oh.
cool snowball fight.
And I totally do that actually. I put lyrics in my stuff because I'm like, oh, what would this sound like? And sometimes I write it, the actual
That's
song. So
amazing. Would anyone else like to share?
Oh, I will. Am I?
Cool. Thanks, Nancy.
My audio.
I can go.
Jonathan's talking on my audio, but he's here.
Uh,
Okay, cool. Thanks, Jonathan.
well, one thing that's unique about me is I'm not really a romance writer, but I do write romance. I
Doesn't
was
that make him a romance writer if he writes a romance?
Yeah, and
I
that's
was
pretty
tricked into it.
cool. I love that, Jonathan.
It's fun.
Anything else, Jonathan?
No, that's the only thing that's unique about me.
No, wait, he's what is it? We what do we do? That's
Oh, I'm
weird.
also a sci-fi writer, but I've never published any sci-fi
Yeah.
except for that one book.
That's unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Nancy, did you say you were gonna go?
Yes. I'm a senior citizen. I never thought I would lose one of my kids before I died, but I lost my oldest daughter a couple months ago. So
Oh,
that's
I'm so sorry.
I
oh,
was okay. I was in Saigon during the Vietnamese conflict for a week. I've survived back surgery. I
Wow.
like lots of stuff that I'm writing, not just one thing, so that I can go from one thing to another. My after about 900 words, my brain shuts off on whatever I'm working on.
So
And
you
then,
like to jump around.
well, I got a lot done, 900 words in a couple hours, and then I need a break, and I like to have other projects that I'm working on also. Um,
That's cool.
that's probably enough about me.
All right.
there
Anyone
were
else?
a few people in the chat. Brianna said that her audio is being funky, but she pole dances and collects Disney pins.
Ooh,
She's like, yeah, follow her. I highly suggest it. She does it like competitively and stuff, which is really cool. So, and Michaela's here, and she's lying. Her audio does work. Anyway, she goes haunted antiquing and collects haunted.
Oh, that's really unique. I
Isn't that
love
cool?
that.
The creepier, the better.
How do you find do you just like just imagine you're like, oh, this I feel this like haunted aura over this haunted thing.
Well, I like it. Well, I guess first of all, I find stuff that I think hello.
Hello.
I find stuff that I think just looks interesting or different and or unique. And then yeah, if it's creepy, I said the creepier the better. So
That's awesome. And I know you write good horror, so
Oh yeah, she's a wonderful author. She's a budding author because I think she's only been in a few things, but wait until she's gonna be in all these things. She's gonna be have her big break soon.
oh,
Yep.
cool. Well, let's move on to our next one. I really appreciate you all sharing. Okay. Five things that have hurt you. It sounds like Nancy has covered one of these, but five things that have hurt you in life. And I'll give you a few minutes for that. Okay, about one more minute. Oh, okay. I think this one's important. I love to write happy, fun romance novels, but a lot of people like romance novels like um more mainstream, more that have like things involved like divorces or family relationships or porn pulled apart. And so I think this could definitely help with some of those books. And so, one thing that really hurt me a lot in life was I picked out the perfect prom dress. I was so excited. I was so in love with my high school boyfriend, and he broke my heart, dumped me right before prom, and I never ended up going to prom. So, that really hurt me. And looking back now, I think how silly, but at the time it was so devastating. Um, Liz, do you want to start?
That's so sad. I that actually makes me think of oh man. You know, boys are so dumb. No offense, boys. But but when I was in high school, it wasn't prom for me, but homecoming, my boyfriend just stood me up. My boyfriend, yeah, we were not cross lovers. We obviously ended things soon after that, but isn't that messed up?
so messed
That's
up.
Oh
so
my
messed
God.
up.
I didn't even get asked to prom.
I didn't get asked to prom either. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my, anyway. So Jonathan's still throwing shade. Michaela and I both didn't go.
Well, you could take it to the extreme, like Stephen King and Wright Carey.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Um,
yeah.
another thing that hurts me is eating. Some things I have a sensitive stomach, so some things actually hurt me. So the things that I love them obsessively. And things I also love, I can't.
I totally get that. I'm on this diet and half of the time I break it. I'm like, oh, I know I shouldn't eat this, but I really want to. Um, what about your crew? Do you want to go down on the couch?
Oh, we're gonna go down the couch. Okay, Jonathan, sit up.
I'm awake. Lactose. We're talking about love-hate relationships because we were talking about this amongst ourselves whenever it's quiet. And we're all like, here's the foods we all love that hurt us.
Okay, he went to StokerCon with me, and then
Oh God. You don't need to tell this story. Here, it's your turn.
Um, food also hurts me. I can't have gluten. We're just over here trauma bonding.
I love dairy and it hurts me so much.
and we've all
Right.
and then Michaela and I both have hurt because now we're sad about the prom thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're trauma bonding with you, Sarah.
That's good.
What's this guy's name? We're gonna take it back.
Oh my goodness. You know, the funny thing is, so I'm going to go on a tangent for just 1 second. That
Sure.
friend, his name is Calvin. Oh, Calvin. That guy, we broke up, when I was like 17. And then I don't know, when I was like 25 or something, I was working, or maybe 24 or something, I was working at Mystery Escape Room. Yeah, he showed up at my work. I was a receptionist at the time. I was doing acting and receptioning. And he showed up and he asked for my number. And I was like, and he broke up with me, which is the most messed up part of this whole story. So, and then he was like, I was really working on myself. And I'm like, no. And then I just never called him. I took his number, but I never
That's
called him.
because you hold bread. Which is fine.
Yeah, anyway, sorry. Tangent.
Mine does have a happy ending. So I met my husband and a year later, and my friend was a year behind me in high school, and she's like, I really want you to go to prom. And Russ took me to prom. He showed up with a dozen roses and he proposed that night. So I had a really happy prom memory. So,
Oh, that's really
but
sweet.
what about you, Kayla? Do you want to share yours?
Yeah. The thing that was actually kind of surprising to me was how easy it was for me to come up with 5 things that hurt me versus 5 things that were unique about me. Um, I've been through divorce, so divorce is a big one for me. Um, but I also had a lot of mental health crises at one point. So mental health, depression, anxiety, due to teaching. Teaching sucks. And let's see what else. Being the one that finally had to make the choice when needing to put down a beloved pet, like that
Oh yeah.
traumatized me when I was the one finally making that decision. And then betrayal, losing friends when you least expect it because of betrayal.
I love that. And those are all great book ideas and things you could put in your book. I definitely, well, I'm sorry you went through all that though.
Of
But
course. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, it's all fuel. Like you say, like we've been through experiences that is just fuel when you're looking for that stuff for books.
true. Thanks for sharing. Stephanie, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Sure. Bad reviews.
Oh, those are the worst.
Uh, yeah, one time a book went viral for all the wrong reasons. It just went into the wrong hands. I did this book club and it was like way back in the day. And anyway, it was just not the right audience or anything. And I was
Oh,
started getting like review after review, like boring, 1 star, 1 star. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was like the worst. The first few ones, I'm like, okay, just didn't get to the right audience. But then after a while, I'm like, this is breaking my spirit. I gotta stop even looking at
oh, that would
those
be
reviews. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I've been careful with marketing that with it.
heartbreaking.
Let's see. I lost a job once. That was horrible. Literally falling and splitting open my knee. That hurt really bad.
Oh,
I, and the thing is, like when you scrape your knee now, you don't heal as much as when you did when you were a kid. Like I remember looking at my knee and thinking, wait, I'm not a kid anymore. I can't be doing this. You know, breakups, deaths, those kind of things. So
yeah,
yeah.
I definitely could relate to the knee thing. I had a knee replacement. And the first one went good, but the second one has not been doing well at all. So I'm back in physical therapy. And I think Michaela is with you, Liz, right?
Yeah, Michaela's with me.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the next exercise. Um, okay. Five things you love. And I'll give you a few minutes for this. By the way, I'm having so much fun with you guys. I really appreciate all your help and feedback. Okay, about one more minute. Okay, we'll stop it right there. Five things I love. It's pretty easy. I love my husband and my daughter, and I really love my pets. We had a pretty horrible thing. Well, it was kind of fun in a way, but we found black mold in our house, which is why I'm in my bedroom and not my office. But so we had to go to a hotel for a month, and I miss my pets so much. My pet sitter let me come 2 or 3 times a week and take Glitter for a walk, but that was really hard. And I love to paint, and the paint, one of the funnest things about painting to me is just getting messy. And I feel like a 5-year-old again. Like my husband laughs at me. I have paint in my hair, paint on my face. I have to take a shower after, but I really love painting and I love movies and um I love learning new things. Like I feel like I've always been taking a class or in college or um that that's me. Liz, do you want to go down your crew?
Sure. Let's see. So um I love my friends, my fiance, like all the people I'm around. And I love creativity and like using my routine to help me even when I'm struggling. Because I'm not always feeling creative, right? But then like that routine helps me with the creativity. Um, and I love all the animals in my life too, and yeah, and food. Oh God, I keep
Hey,
saying that.
Liz, could you expand on your routine and tell us? I think that sounds really interesting how it helps you with your creativity.
Yeah, so I every morning I try to find like I drink my tea and it could be like anything, what I do is I have a same drink every single time, right? And then I if I have breakfast or maybe I'll wait a little bit, but then I'll um and then I'll write and then so I try to do that like when I first wake up because then I don't really have time to like think about it even if I'm really tired and it's not always my best writing, but it's like the fact that I do it every single day and then I try to do more later, but that doesn't always happen. So it's like really helpful for me to have that like morning routine. But yeah, I'll have my green tea and then I'll open up my computer, turn on my music, and then I just start non-lyrical music because then I don't want to get confused and then I just start writing.
Cool, thanks, because
Yeah.
I struggle with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I've noticed that and like that helps me just like stay level because if I'm traveling or if I'm doing something where like my morning routine is changed, it like really messes up my creativity and my routine and it's really hard to like get back in that flow. So I understand when people don't have a routine, it's really hard to write sometimes. So routine just helps me a lot with my creativity.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I
Jonathan?
suggest it. Yeah. Here's Jonathan.
Hi. I really love listing things. Not listing. Um, okay. Obviously, I love my friends sometimes, and I love my kids most of the time, and I love the idea of writing more than actually writing, probably. I love having written, let's call it that. Oh no, I love when I have an inspiration for an idea, and then I'm like, blah, 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 and I write it. I'm opposite of Liz. I don't do consistency. I don't believe in that nonsense. I don't like that. I'm I wait until I'm inspired and then I do my little writing. I don't know if that's bad, but that's what I'm gonna do it, okay? You can't stop me,
You're more of a poet.
I guess. And I don't even know it. And then I don't know, that was how many things was that for? I don't know, five, let's see. And
Social media.
I love being addicted to social media. I don't love it. Bad. Okay, Michaela's turn.
Okay. Hello again. Um, so five things that I love. Well, first would be warm drinks. So either a
Okay,
coffee in the
explain.
morning or at bedtime, I have a tea every night too. So that's how I start and end my day. So those are like that's how I bookend my day every day. And obviously I love my kids because they're so cute and they're so fun to be around. Um, and I don't know why I love children. I taught for a little bit. I know somebody on here said they taught for a little bit. And I really love teaching for the kids. But I totally relate to, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kayla. That it's really,
Bureaucracy
yeah, the
is the worst.
bureaucracy. It's a really draining career to be in. It's very like not appreciated, all of those things. Underpaid, overworked. So love my kids, love my pets. I have a cat and a dog. Um, I also love my friends. I love throwing parties. So that's like, I guess that's also a unique thing about me. I like to throw big parties and have all my friends over and do like a theme. Um, so like this last one we did like Misfits toys party, like from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. And we were all like misfit toys, you know. So that was pretty funny. And I think that's four. Oh gosh, I gotta think of one more.
Your hair.
My hair, no, it's like a mess today. No, I love being creative. That's obviously on there because similar to you, I like to do, Sarah, I like to do art and writing. I do like a lot of photography and like I like to doodle on my little iPad.
Photos.
Oh yeah, I did Liz's engagement photos. So anyway,
Wow, they
any
turned out
opportunity,
good.
yeah, any opportunity to be creative, you know. So yeah, okay.
Well, I just thought of a story idea. You could have like a She could be a party planner. He could hate parties.
Oh,
And maybe they're like they live in the same apartment building and she's always having loud parties and he's always reporting her, but then they fall in love.
I
That's
love
just
that.
an idea. Kayla, do you want to share?
Sure, yeah. I feel like it's very indicative of me that my pets made the list before my husband did. Um, but I also love baking. I really like making people happy. So I like doing things and like giving things to people and getting that. And the one, I mean, you guys are learning a lot of personal stuff about me. It's crazy how much I already love the baby that I'm growing right now because I'm pregnant right now.
Oh.
And like it's already crazy how much I already love her. And even though she makes my life miserable because being pregnant is not comfortable.
Oh, thanks. That's probably one unique thing about me. I had the best pregnancy ever. I had no morning sickness. Everyone said I had this glow about me. And a lot of people at Russ's work hated me, the women, because they're like puking, they couldn't have anything. And I've never been happier, but I think God blessed me because it took us 7 years to have our baby. And so he's like, okay, I'll give you a good pregnancy. You suffered enough.
I
But
am jealous.
don't hate me. Stephanie, do you want to share?
sure. Christmas trees. Mine is still up, and I refuse to take it down until we get past this month. I just think it's wrong. I'm sure other people feel very strongly otherwise. Um, my sister's dog. I do everything with this dog. It's so funny. He's probably
Oh.
wondering why I'm not over walking him right now. But going on hikes with my nieces and nephews and my sister's dog. House sitting. Um, I go to some pretty crazy places house sitting, so it's kind of fun.
Wow, that would be cool.
Um,
And you get paid.
oh yeah, I love it because I get paid. Sometimes I watch dogs there, but mostly, I'm just getting the mail and writing, so it's really cool. Um, and then Halloween. I love dressing up in costumes. I love cosplay. Our family loves it. We've been doing it forever. My mom was like a seamstress, and so we just love
Wow.
costumes.
I could think of so many books ideas from you. Wow. You guys are all so amazing. I'm learning a lot too. So we'll go on to the next one. I think
May
we're
I
doing,
share?
oh, so sorry, Jenny.
That's okay. So, you of course the family, the dogs, but I love my garden. I love the garden. My husband and I are planning to build a greenhouse, and we're planning to also do a earth battery. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And I love chocolate and movies. And Michaela, by the way, you look so much like your mom. I feel like I'm here with Deb. So, yeah, that's me.
Oh, I'm so glad. Did I miss anyone else? I apologize. Jenny, I love how you're building a greenhouse. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea?
Well, it's because I have a big garden and I hate that I have to stop gardening in the winter. So my husband's like, okay, let's build a greenhouse. So we
Oh,
spend 2 weeks during Christmas vacation planning what we're gonna do because our greenhouse is gonna be pretty big, and we're even putting a endless pool inside. So it's gonna be pretty
wow.
cool.
That's so awesome. Liz, how are we doing on time?
We have 15 minutes, so if you want to do like a writing activity, we have time.
Okay, let me go back to my PowerPoint. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna skip this, but you guys can do this later. 5 things that have inspired you. Like one of the things that have inspired me, I'll just quickly tell you, is when someone has gone through something so horrible, but then they help other people through it. Like, like for me, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was 27. And it was really, really hard. And it was one of the worst things that ever happened to me. But then I got involved with NAMI Utah. I started teaching classes for 10 years. I taught other people how to cope, how to find treatment. And so that's what really inspires me is like it doesn't matter what you've gone through. Like maybe a divorce, you help other people go through it. Maybe you were in an abusive relationship, you help others. So that's just me. And then five things you would want the world to know about before you die. And for me, like I said, I did have a mental illness and it was super hard. And the thing I want the world to know about before I die is I am a survivor. There's so many times in my life I felt like giving up and quitting but I've always gotten up and I've always gotten the treatment I need and the medication I need and I have so much to live for and but it was hard. It was really hard. So that's what I want the world to know. And then what the final exercise, I want to give you 5 minutes. It's not very long, but I want you to take one item and come up with either a story idea or if you're an artist, like a painting you would like to do. And then I think we'll have time to go around and share if we just take 5 minutes.
And you're saying take one item from each list or just one of the lists?
Just any list. Pick one item from any list that you would like to
Okay.
work. This has been the funnest workshop, so thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, about one more minute.
Did you say that the time is up?
Yeah, do Jennifer, Leo, would you like to share? If you don't want to, don't worry.
I would like to share. Um, so is the topic is just anything, or is there a specific, sorry?
It's anything you came up with during the workshop.
Okay. Well, there's all these different things about love that people have shared, and I feel like that I was going the wrong direction because people were talking about people, and I was thinking about all the stuff I love and places and stuff like that.
That's
But
perfect.
but I'm Native American, and something that I always wish is that I would see a love story about Native people, not Native people necessarily going to, not an interracial love story, but a just a love story between two Native people. And so that's something that I think about a lot is kind of what that would look like and what would distinguish it from maybe other kinds of stories. And I think the rules in Native love world are kind of different because there's a lot of focus on kind of maintaining culture, but also maintaining cultural rules, which are kind of rigid when it comes to who you can love. And so that's something I would like to do.
That sounds fascinating, and I've never read one before, so that could be really unique. I think that could be really unique and something the world needs.
Yeah. Well, I would like to read it and see it. So
Well, thanks, Jennifer. Does anyone else want to share?
Well, I want to steal Michaela's.
No.
Why? I love it so much. I want it now. Is the haunted antiquing? Okay, fine.
Oh,
We're gonna co-write a story about haunted antiquing. We're gonna make an anthology about haunted antiquing. That sounds amazing. Okay, that's a new anthology that we have impulsively created. Anyway,
that
yeah.
sounds amazing. I love it. And each story could have something to do with the piece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So like every single author is like going into this antique store and then each person like writes another like has a different item, yeah, object that they bring back. Some are good, some are bad, some are spicy romances, some are scary.
I love that. Okay, does anyone else want to share?
I can.
Okay, thanks, Stephanie.
Okay. A writer hits rock bottom. After her book crashes and burns, she gets invited to house sit in a cabin in the woods. She retreats there with her sister's dog, feeling sorry for herself. But then, when her niece shows up and wants to go hiking, she starts to forget herself and spends time with her niece who doesn't care about fame or success, but just wants someone to listen to her. So it's kind of a family bonding story and looking outside of yourself.
Oh,
It's good.
I love that. That sounds so cool and meaningful. Wow. Um, does anyone else want to share? How much time do we have, Liz? About a couple minutes?
Yeah, we have 7 minutes left, so
Okay, so we have lots of time to share.
I
Okay.
can share. And it's kind of funny because I'm like a romantic fantasy horror only writer, but I ended up brainstorming a second chance military romance, which
Wow.
is because we were talking about it, like with the experience of it. And so, and threw in a dog getting hurt and needing to go to the vet and being the bonding tool. So, bringing in pets and stuff. So, I don't know. I might have to try it and see if I can do a contemporary romance. I've never written one before.
Well, I think that's great. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Wow. Wow. Okay. Anyone else? We still have about 5 minutes.
So I was thinking uh, that my dogs are always chasing the squirrels out of the garden. Maybe I can write a book. I think it's gonna be more like a children's book, but about the adventures my dogs can have with the squirrels, and how the squirrels can, be mischievous and do things and anyway in the garden because they do all kinds of things in the garden anyway. So.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I love it. And you could even give the squirrels a personality too. Like, that would be so cool. Um,
Yeah.
Jonathan or Michaela, do you want to share?
I mean, we all have the same idea independently, apparently. But
Ideas.
oh, Michaela has an idea.
Okay, so we were talking about like art, and then I was like, oh, I love drawing on my iPad. And then I was like, how cool would it be to like combine the art with the writing in some way, or to do like a coloring book? That could be really fun.
Ooh, that would be totally awesome.
Like an adult coloring book
Oh, like a dough color book?
where you like have to, where it's like intricate and you have to like color in all the things.
What if it was a cookbook?
I
That would be
and then I
amazing.
was also thinking about Liz and her food theme that's continued to go on. And I was like, oh, what about a cookbook? So anyway, lots of ideas. But
Wow. Sounds like you guys are brilliant and you have lots to share with the
we're just
world.
brainstorming over here.
Well, I'll go ahead and finish.
Hmm?
Let's see. Thank you all for sharing. Um, so the summary, I just think again, like everyone's unique, everyone's wonderful, and we all have something to contribute to the world. And I could tell already you guys do. Um, and I want to thank you for coming. You can reach me by Instagram, art by Sara Fitzgerald, or I'm also on Facebook. I didn't know how to add that, sorry. Um, and my website is Sara Fitzgerald Books. That might be down in a few weeks. I'm getting a new website, and then if you're interested in my art at all, I sell it at the Art Cottage in Gardner Village, and then at High Point Coffee on 78 South and Redwood. And I appreciate you all for coming, and I can't wait to read all of your stories. So thank you so much. And
Thank
have fun at the rest of the conference.